What is up, everybody?
I was ready this week.
And it caught me off guard this week.
It caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Why does the camera look so close?
I don't know. Back up.
Did we move it? We didn't touch it.
No, I was sitting in your chair. I moved closer.
Is that what it is? It's like my head's cut off. Okay. I'll just lean over all day.
Well, move your thingy back.
My monitor is not to change the camera position. You are so cute. You are so cute. But the camera is on the ring light. It's not connected to the monitor.
I moved your thingy up.
My chair up.
Sure.
You put it in a short position.
Sure.
In a like 5'3" position.
Like I do in the car.
How's everybody doing?
I don't know.
Well, I'm getting ready to pull it up. Would you hold on? We could thank Kyle and Ashley with TER again.
Yeah.
They are backstage. They're to run our chat for us. They're to keep the haters out, which
they're going to keep you in line.
Kyle likes the way I am. Ashley might try to keep me in line.
Ashley is in the union.
But I tell you what.
Ashley is in the union.
We have a tag team competition tonight because we had Arrowhead family Morphs with us tonight.
Yeah. I see.
Do you see right behind us?
We're in the ring. And you and I are in the ring. There's going to be a smackdown between.
And they like wrestling.
There's going to be a smackdown in here.
And we're old. I don't know how many rounds we can go. It will probably be tapping out pretty quick.
Well, I did see your foot on the rope. It's already been. I don't know what.
Yeah, we're 2.5 minutes in and I'm getting tired already.
We better welcome some people in.
Okay, let's look who was the first one to show up tonight. We have Ken, the mofo of the mofos.
Yes.
Ken, I hope you are feeling better. I know you were sick last week.
You had to tap out on us last week. You wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, I hope you've gotten over that junk that you had and you're feeling better. And then we have the beautiful Don D.
Father Don,
who was our guest last week.
That was fun.
Oh, we had a blast.
My God,
we have a blast.
We had fun with everybody, but that was a hoot.
Yeah. And then
Blakers.
We have Blakers, and Blakers is here every week. Every week he's stopping in, saying hi. You know, he cuts up in the chat.
Y'all have been chatting away.
Yeah, and we have Kike with Bozo Reptiles. The classic, super classic king.
He is. I'll tell you what.
And again,
he shows up for all of us, supporting all of us.
Every single live.
He does.
I have not popped into a live that Kike is not in.
I know.
He is a supporter 100%. And we got
our friend Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy with Bod's Exotics. Welcome. Hope everything's going well. But Jeremy, he breeds all season round or all year round. So
they got some. Jeannie's got some geckos that are fire.
Did she produce some geckos?
She got some beauties.
Yeah,
I've been seeing some pictures over on the IG that are just gorgeous.
So hopefully they're doing well. We got Jeremy. What's up, brother? Right. How are you doing? Hopefully everything's going well with you. We got Bohemian Exotics, Carissa. Welcome. I think this might be the first time you've joined us, and if it's not, I'm sorry. I apologize, but
we're gonna blame it on old age.
I blame everything on old age.
I do too.
But you know when you
get to be our age,
So when you're growing up, you reach 18 years old and you're an adult. 16, you get your license. Yeah. 18, you're adult. 21, you can drink.
If you're insisting.
Was it 26? Is your insurance goes down a little bit? 50, You can just blame it on your age for
Age.
everything.
It's
So
age.
yeah.
Tammy's in.
We got Miss Tammy.
Miss Tammy's
Welcome, Miss
always
Tammy.
here.
We
She's such a
got Stan
sweetheart.
in. Welcome,
Hey,
Stan. Another one shows up to every live we have.
There's my Ashley.
And there we go, Miss Ashley, the wife of TER.
Part of the union.
Let's see. Scrolling down.
I don't want to miss anything.
We got Scooters in. Welcome,
in.
Scooters.
Gold Coast.
Bold Coast is in. We got Gerald with Forward Motion. Welcome. We got Shane with Heads and Tails.
Hey, Shane.
How are you? All right. I am caught up. I am to take the chat. Okay. I'm to turn the chat over to Kyle and Ashley. They'll be popping up the chats as we go. Again, we're tag teaming it tonight. We have another husband and wife team here.
We do.
And it's exciting.
It is exciting. We're going to be premiering some new stuff today, too.
We are going to be premiering some new stuff in a little bit.
I'm excited about it.
I know. I'm excited about another husband and wife team.
I am too.
There's not a lot of them. There's us. There's Kyle and Ashley.
We got
Courtney Arrowhead.
and Eric.
We got Courtney and Eric.
And we've got Arrowhead. We have Jeannie and Jeremy.
And Jeremy with Bods.
Yeah.
There's not a lot. And when you can bring the family together, I think it. Hold on. I'm taking the chat back from you for a second. We got TER Tatum, Kyle.
We got Kyle in.
Okay, you can have the chat back.
You can have the chat now.
All right.
Now turn loose of the mouse so they can have it.
Are you ready to Royal Rumble this?
Yes.
What did your Instagram post say?
Let's get rid of the reptile.
Here we go. Let's bring them in. Welcome, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing great. We're big too. I'm 6'1" and she's 5'9", so
well, you
better be ready to fight.
But I'm only 5'2".
And I'm only 5'9". I'm taking the short one. Oh my god. Okay, so you guys are huge on TikTok. Do you guys even have a YouTube?
Not yet. We're gonna put it together. I had an old YouTube that I'm gonna convert, but I haven't taken the time to do it yet.
Okay.
Or TikTok and some Facebook, but mostly TikTok.
Okay.
Right. So Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook is your and Twitch. We were talking a little bit about this Twitch that.
Yeah, more for gaming on Twitch than the reptiles. The reptiles definitely. We might have to sneak that in there. There might not be as many people doing it over there.
So before we get started, then, pretty much everybody in the chat is our YouTube family. We're to have some of the TikTok family come in. So since you're kind of newer to the YouTube side, can you go ahead and introduce you guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'm Sarah. I don't know what else to say.
I'm 5'9" and I'll beat your ass.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm Adam, obviously. I've been into reptiles, mostly ball pythons, since 2006. The breeding thing and TikTok and all of that kind of came on abruptly. I got more and more addicted. We went from 1 snake to 2 snakes the next month to 4 to 7 to 17. And here we are now. I told my wife I wouldn't buy any more snakes until we've produced our own. So hopefully some of these girls go.
Right. Yeah, we know.
I was not even wanting to hold a snake.
Yeah.
In like June of this year, and then it was okay. Well, sure, we can get one. And then I was like, okay, but I'm not going to hold it. And then it was okay. I'll pet it. I'll just touch it. It's fine. Oh, it doesn't feel that weird. I'll hold it. I'll hold all of them. I'm gonna hold every snake every time we go to the pet shop. This one likes me. We have to buy it now.
We did pay because of that. This one likes me. We had to pay We paid $650 for a female pie. So love hurts sometimes, you know.
She's my favorite.
And now, there's Danny and Anna with Chain Reaction. Welcome.
And Victory Lane came in.
And Victory Lane came in. Thank you.
D-Rod.
D-Rod's in. Okay. You know, and you guys went live on TikTok last night, and it's funny. So, you know, Sarah's like, well, I'm not to hold it. Okay, well, I'll pet it. And last night on the live, she's just sitting in front of the camera, and it's just crawling all over. And
yeah,
it's Amchain. Welcome.
We have one. I think she still won't hold. I don't know if she's gonna hold Andario because she's huge and she is spicy.
She's mean.
The second time I had her out after she did her quarantine and everything, I was taking her outside. I was going to make a TikTok, and she decided it was a good time to unleash about 3 months worth of urates all over me, all over the stairs. So that added to Sarah's fear of not wanting to hold her because she thinks she's just going to bomb her if she does.
And every time you open her thing to look at her, she is just like ready to strike. Every time. 24 hours a day, just sitting there. She's ready.
She's a big girl. She's hungry. She's not mean. She just wants food, man.
You know, you were talking about the urates. We were ultrasounding on Saturday. Ultrasound on Saturday, and we brought one of the big girls out, and you know, I had her laying across my lap, and I had the probe, and I tell you what, she emptied everything she had.
Hide.
We had the steam clean our floor 3 times. It smelled so bad.
Yeah.
And that was after I did like the spot scrubbing things that you're supposed to get. They're obviously made for cat pee and not urates because it lasted for about 8 seconds and then it was full on again.
Yeah. And look who just showed up.
Randy's here.
Randy, this is for you, bro.
Your best friend. Your fellow Denver Bronco fan. I mean, so if you all don't know Randy, Randy is also a new breeder. Randy's just starting this year.
He's also crazy KC.
Crazy KC Reptiles. He said apparently his comments aren't coming through on YouTube, so he had to switch over to Facebook.
Okay.
So Randy was over Saturday. We were ultrasounding, and
him and Hunter were helping us.
Yeah, him and Hunter come over about every other weekend, and we get to hang out in the snake room. So yeah. So
we're still waiting for that barbecue. We don't need to wait till the crab boil or the crawfish boil. We're ready for the barbecue.
Right. So May will be the crawfish boil.
Yep.
We will barbecue at the same time. Now, when we barbecue, I mean, it's just gonna be hamburgers and hot dogs, unless you guys want to bring, you know, some T-bones or KC strips or something like that. We can do something like that. But yeah. So yes, that will be May. We have not set an actual date yet.
Yeah, the crawfish boil was scheduled for April the 13th, and then lo and behold,
the Dallas
show popped up, and it is actually April the 13th.
Yeah.
We'll be vending with Kyle and Ashley of TER down there at the show, the NARBC. So we're rescheduling my birthday party, the crawfish boil, the big breeders get together.
Yep. Yeah. So Don said, everyone make sure you all follow each other in the chat. Absolutely.
That barbecue, that Miami jersey.
Everybody go ahead and drop your links. Feel free, because we're all about the sharing here.
Yeah. There's a lot more where this one came from, Randy. I got old ones, guys you probably never even heard of.
Some Bob Greasy ones.
Not that old. Dan Marino's the oldest I go.
Ricky Williams, is that the oldest?
Yeah. I got some older than Ricky Williams too. We had a lot of really, really bad quarterbacks and some decent wide receivers. Chris Chambers, anybody remember him?
Yeah. So Ken, this was Ken from LMK Reptiles first season. It says 1 exotic, 4 pieds, and 5 clowns this year. That's awesome.
That is really awesome.
And I'm a little jealous. You know, we've talked, and we still have not hit a clown. We have several clown pairings going this year.
The bane of our existence.
And your first season out, and you hit 5 clowns. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And talking about clowns, clown is one of the big recessives that you guys work.
That's the only one right now. We have 5, unfortunately 5. I really only wanted 4 girls to go. I'm not going to bring this down with my nightmare morph market story, but we really only wanted to breed 4 girls. The 5th one I got was she was under 1,400 grams when we got her.
Okay.
And I wanted her to get to like 17 or 1,800. So maybe, maybe this year later on, but no rush. But they're all het clowns. So
good.
I like pastel a lot, and I like het clown. And then both of the boys we have are visual clowns. So we have the 4-gene that just got paired back up with Big Mama, and then I picked up a spot nose clown as well to try and get it on
that's Bozo.
No, Bozo is banana pinstripe leopard clown. And then Pennywise, we didn't change the name. That's the name he came with. Pennywise is the spot nose clown.
Okay. So
I can't fault you for mixing up 2 different clown names,
Yeah. So our pastel spot nose het clown boy, this is his first year breeding, and we had thrown him in earlier in the year, and he was just so shy, and he would hide up at the front of the water bowl. Well, we put him in with the yellow belly het clown this year, and last night they were locked up. So
awesome.
we were so excited. So hopefully,
Bozo is not shy. He would lock the second he got to the back of the cage if the girls would let him. He is definitely rearing to go every time.
Oh, awesome. I have 35 Steeler jerseys from Joe Green, Jack Ham to Ben to Pickett and Pickens. Yeah, Ken's a big time Steelers fan.
I actually like the Steelers. I had home and away Ben Roethlisberger jerseys. I collected jerseys a ton. I was big in fantasy football, and anybody I drafted in like the first 3 rounds, I would get their jersey. So I had quite a few Steelers jerseys, and I like Pickens a lot. I thought he was awesome. The wild stuff he was doing against D-backs and then on social media. So I like Pickens a lot. Not so much Pickett, but Pickens.
Yeah. Sure. Well, and we know you like football. So when Angie and I got together 2 nights ago and was thinking about your guys' thumbnail.
I thought it was like 200 years ago.
No, I'm talking about when we were talking about their thumbnail. We've been together like 200 years. But,
okay.
Yeah. But
I thought you guys would be at least 400 years because we're 200.
You scared me for a minute.
It's that Alzheimer's again.
I got scared there for a minute.
So we were trying to think about how to do your guys' thumbnails, and because you guys are into so much. You guys are into rock concerts. You guys are into wrestling, the video gaming, the football. And we were like, what do we do?
I have all these wild ideas.
All the hobbies. So many hobbies.
So we came up with it started with a concert crowd with a stage. And then we overlaid.
It transformed into a.
Then we overlaid like a boxing ring or a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
And we initially had a wrestler coming off the top rope, but there was a wrestler.
Was that Sarah?
Right. Well, we couldn't get the wrestler that was on the ground down
there
low
was some
enough.
Flying Brian going on, and
you got to just find a picture of somebody actually coming off the rope and put the face on there.
I should just set up like a video camera and came off the top rope on Angie or something.
There's a lot of those wrestling moves going on.
That's funny.
Yeah. So 2016, you said?
No, 2006.
2006 was when I had my first snake. Python, just a normal guy. had him for a couple of years, and then I had to move to Florida, and I didn't take him with me, and then we just more recently got back into it.
And at that time in 2006, I mean, it was just a pet. You weren't to do anything with it.
Just a pet, yeah. I didn't even, when we got into this last time, ever think that I'd be breeding. I actually told the lady that I drove down to Oklahoma. We picked up a super pastel champagne, and she pretty much included cinnamon pie. And I talked to her for a little bit. She's like, "Oh, you're gonna get into breeding." I was like, "There's no shot." So there's just absolutely no way that this is gonna happen. Fast forward 4 months later, it was absolutely happening.
So Sarah, how did you break your fear? How did you say, you know what, okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and start breeding, and I want to be part of this.
Well, Adam always has kind of like a hobby, whether it's like pinball or something, and he gets really into it, and it's hard to not kind of get into it with him, because it becomes, like you said, like a family thing. And I was like, well, you can do one of two things. You can join in and just have fun with it, or you can be like, and that's no fun. So after I overcame my fear of, and it was honestly a fear that I had from, like my mom being scared of snakes. And so I just was like, oh, snakes are scary. They're not, they're adorable. So after we got our very first one, he was small, like a little albino little guy, and he was perfect, So like after I overcame that, it became really easy to just be like, yeah, sure, we can get another one. Yeah, sure, you can go pick up 2 more. Yeah, sure, we can breed some.
Yep.
The funny thing is, her snake, that's hers, they're all family snakes, but her snake, the pied we talked about earlier, was the second one we got. So she went from I'm totally out to she had her snake before I had my snake, or anybody else had their snake. So
we went to the pet shop where we had got our first one, and she had come from,
somebody just dropped off a couple of adult pies, I think they said.
Yeah.
Not really adult. She was like 450. So
Okay.
like 7 adult.
But she had been really balled up, and the guys there were like, we haven't got her to open up at all. She's been balled up ever since we got her. We can't get her to open up, because my daughter had asked to hold her, and they're like, yeah, you can hold her, but she's going to be balled up. And so my daughter was holding her, and she was balled up, and then I held her, and by 10 minutes of me holding her, she was crawling all around me, and they were like, how did you get her to do that? And I was just like, she's coming home with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Real quick, we had where did it go? We had Exotic World of the Geckos pop in. We had Brittany's Life. We had Bailey's with Bailey Royal Beauties. We've had Brian Young come in. Let me see. Okay, I think we're caught back up. You guys, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch it as we're talking, seeing who's popping in. Brian, I think you're new to the show. Thank you for stopping in. Brittany's been with us from day one.
From the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning. And World Geckos has came on strong, and they've been supporting us for a while now. So yeah. So did you start watching videos? What got you into the breeding?
So yeah, TikTok. Just seeing like snakes that I loved, whether it was because I love boas too. I may like boas more than I like ball pythons. I'm not sure. It's close. It might be like 51-49. But just seeing so much cool stuff, and then looking at the cost and being like, well, shit, that's a lot. And then I love clowns, obviously. And that's why that's going to be our first project. So just like figuring out, after doing a ton of research, because I over-researched everything. She was pissed off because she was going to sleep every night to monotone dudes talking on YouTube, and real going through and figuring out what it took, and then looking to see like what het versions of what I wanted, but was not going to get her to sign off on to buy would cost, and that's just kind of how it took off, like just getting.
Randy wants to know where your ASFs are.
My ASFs are actually, she doesn't even know that they're there. They're in our, what's that room called? I always call it like a boiler room, but that's not what it is. Like a storage room.
Oh, good job, Randy. You're starting to fight.
Like your sump pump and your water heater.
But it's like 700 square foot. Like it's a huge area that they didn't finish. Yeah. So it works really well. I could probably have a full ASF, rat, mouse, actual breeding thing in there, and you never know the difference. Like you don't hear them at all.
I know they're in there. I just refuse to.
Yeah. But she has been watching hamsters on wheels, so we're she might be in there soon. I'm feeling the same thing as with the beginning of the snakes. I think she's working her way that way with those hamsters flying around.
Yeah, and Brian's like, is that Arrowhead?
It is.
It is. And KT just popped in. Welcome, K2. KT.
It's half of Arrowhead. The kids are part of it too. That's another big reason that we got into the breeding. Lance and Lainey have both expressed interest in wanting to be vets and handling animals and stuff like that. So like Lance thinks this is his business now. He wants to be part of every aspect of it. So the kids are a huge part of it too, even though they're not here.
Yeah. Now, when you guys introduced yourself, you guys are out of Kansas.
Yeah, Wichita, just a little jog away from you guys.
So down in Wichita, we have some friends, Godfather's Exotics. Have you met up with them before?
I haven't actually, which is kind of surprising because I felt like that I'd met with everybody down here at this point in time.
Yeah. So Jim and Mindy, they're actually kind of out in the country, but yeah, they're from the Wichita area, and they'll be up for the barbecue for the crawfish.
So I know the name Jim. Does he have a pretty big facility? I think he might be who gives the shop she was talking about, Scales and Tails. I think he may be who supplies them with a lot of their ball pipe.
All their stuff is out of their house. And on TikTok, he's Camo Camaro.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's because, like I said, I feel like I probably would know a lot of people from the shop. Yeah. I was going to the shop 4 days a week, even when I didn't need anything, just hanging out and talking to people and taking on knowledge and everything like that. So I know a lot of people by their actual names as opposed. And I know there's a gym, which there's probably a lot of gyms.
If Shrek was white, that's Jim.
That's
funny. Yeah, about 300 pounds. But he's a teddy bear.
He goes to the gym all the time.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and you would know if you met him.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you plan on? Do you plan on staying small? How big do you want to get?
I know you need to plan for the future, and I'm kind of trying to take it one step at a time. So I kind of want to get past this first 5 pairings and see how that goes. And then I do have a couple of other projects already planned that we already have snakes for that just need to grow out her pied. I have another couple of, like I said, we have the cinnamon pied male, and then we have a few albinos already that we've talked about looking for a male for. That it's just a matter of growing them out. So I already have a plan of having up to probably, 15 female breeders with just the projects that I'm already in, and not including any holdbacks, since that's further out than I had planned. I hadn't thought, beyond probably 3 years, because I kind of want to just take it step by step.
Yeah. So some short-term goals, and Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to see what happens, how everything goes. Obviously,
so you and I have talked about an albino pied. Like I told you, I messaged Troy with Best Dress Balls. He had nothing. He was reaching out to some friends. If anybody out there has a male, are you looking breeder ready or hatchling?
No, I would be able to do. I actually wasn't even looking like right now. So hatchling would be fine. I was probably going to wait until after we see how our breeding season goes and then look towards that. Because like I said, hers is probably around 600 grams, and she would be the first one, assuming she doesn't hit that 1,000-gram wall and not grow anymore. Hers will be the first one that gets there, and then the 2 albino girls we have are both around like 500 grams. So we have a little bit of time.
Which is perfect.
I just like to look ahead. I like to have a plan and not just kind of wing it.
Right.
Then you can get in trouble for sure.
Right. So if anybody is planning on pairing for albino pieds with multiple genes, a powerhouse male albino pied, and if you guys hit something, remember Arrowhead and get a hold of Arrowhead if you guys do come up with something this year.
For sure. And then also the other project we have that I got that super Mojave for is going to be that. She's closer to breeding age actually than hers. She's probably about 950 grams. Ate for us the second time I tried feeding her after we moved her in. So quick compared to what some of the others have. So that's right around the corner too. So if this first breeding season goes well, next breeding season will probably be the same 5 females, assuming they all get back on food, get back to weight, have the body, all the stuff you gotta look for, but probably be the same group, and then a couple maybe super Mojaves, and then I don't think the albinos will get the weight back. Possibly.
Yeah. So Ken has this is a female, and it's Lav. So yeah, they're looking for albino. But if you still have that, it's a breed-ready blackhead het pied Lav female, going to be moving on from soonish if she ever lays. If you still have her down the road, I might hit you up, Ken, because we don't think our Lav girl is het pied. We've done some research. We've talked to a lot of people, and apparently the Lavender het pieds actually drags out the alien heads towards the tail. The male, his alien heads are really dragged. The female is not. Now, of course, one of our sponsors is Grizzly Reptiles. They do shed testing. It'd be simple for us to go ahead and send in the test,
which we probably should.
Which we probably will. Because I'd hate her being het pied and him not being het pied, or they're both being het pied. So we only hit the 3 babies. The odds were 1 in 4 to hit a pied. So we can't act too rash yet.
Right. We get if we use Celtic 10, we get a 10% discount.
And if you use a checkout, you get a 10% discount.
That's funny.
Yeah. Jeremy is back. He had to take care of the kids. So any other ball pythons, do you have any pets, as in like
other than just the ball python?
You said you like the
I have a boa that I actually down the road plan on breeding. He's a baby. He might have finally crossed 100 grams. He's a little guy, a little BCI, hypocal sunglow. And the guy I got him from, I told him if he has any stunning girl holdbacks, that he would let go, to holler at me in April, because he said he should have some in April. So that's again another like phase 2 or 3 or 4 down the road.
Yes, Sarah. This is the first time you've heard this, haven't you, Sarah?
She's heard it.
She's looking at you like, we're doing what?
She's heard it. Might not love it, but she's heard it. But it's down the road. Like I said, I actually had planned before I ever planned on even breeding on getting another female boa for our anniversary. Our anniversary is in April also.
Okay.
So like that following weekend. And then our son's birthday, my son wants to get a hognose for his birthday. And his birthday is like 4 days after Dallas. So he might have to get one down there and have more options than here at the Wichita shop. Our Wichita shop has really good prices. Like their hog noses, I think they had it like 125 when the cheapest on Morph Market's like 200.
And then if you cross over the Missouri line, you can't even get them because we can't have them because they're a native species.
We can. We just have to have a
permit
license. Yeah. That makes sense. And that kind of stinks too. Some of the areas that can't have species like that. It does. I understand for like super venomous snakes, it makes sense, but for stuff like that or like a garter snake or whatever, you shouldn't have to have a permit for that kind of stuff. It's wild.
Yeah. And you guys breed your own rats. We're going to talk rats again, Sarah.
She's super excited about that.
and I tell you what, your ASFs love that hamster wheel. They go crazy on that thing.
But they poop all over it. So anytime I want to make a video, even if I just swapped it out and cleaned it like an hour and a half earlier, that's like their go-to toilet. Even though they love to run on it, they love to poop on it too.
but then when you put your regular rats on it, they just kind of look at it.
One of them buried it. One of the two tubs actually buried the thing. Like
really?
I walked down there the next morning and it was just fully covered in substrate. And we gave them little chew logs and like chew block stuff too. It was all like piled on top of it. So I think they took it offensive. It's like we were telling them they're a beast when that's not what it is.
Now, do you guys feed frozen thawed or do you feed live?
We do all frozen thawed right now. Probably once we get them up and going, we'll do fresh killed. Plan on doing like CO2 for that. And just save money. I didn't plan on doing the ASFs, but that super Mojave, like she was one of my dream snakes, especially the fact that she had het clown. Like that's a double crossover for both the things I want to do.
Right.
So we didn't plan on doing ASFs at all, but she only ate ASFs and he said he tried getting her off of them. So he actually brought with him a couple of ASFs and gave them to me to kind of hold me over because I was like, I don't know if anybody in Wichita that has them. And I finally found the guy. But I was like, if I'm already breeding the other two things, I might as well breed these too, And the pet shop said that they buy any from me that I don't need. So that'll kind of, instead of, paying hundreds of dollars a month to feed, make a little money and feed for free, it's just kind of win-win.
Yep. Just buy a little bit of rat food and you're good to go, some bedding. And that's what we've switched over to breeding our own rats. It got to a point, $200 a week. I mean, and we finally said, we got to go ahead and start breeding ours. And it's taken off slowly. We still go in spurts where we have tons and then we don't have enough. And so we're kind of still in the middle of sometimes we have to buy or we do produce enough, for our collection. So I think in the long run, it's a cost saving thing. We've talked with
spending $200 a week.
No, we're not. Yeah, we're not spending $200 a week anymore.
It's saving us.
Yeah, we are up to 4 bags of rat food every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks.
Well,
yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So
we have the Mercantile here that had the Missouri 6F for like $25 a bag. So at that price, you just can't beat it,
Right. So we the place we go, they carry the Kalmbach. They have the 18, the 21%, and then they have the Missouri also. And of course, the 18 should be the cheapest, and I think we pay 24. I think like 24 a bag. So the Missouri at 25 a bag is really cheap.
Yeah, because everywhere else was like $37, $38. Even like Tractor Supply and all those places, it was that much. So I found it for that at that mercantile. I was like, you just can't beat it, And for the little, we have two. I'm trying to think. We have 2 rat colonies. I was only gonna do 1 male, but I had a feeder male that nobody ate, so I was like, I might as well just put him in there with her to get this operation going. So I have 2 colonies of 3-in-1 on the rats, 1 colony of 3-in-1 on the mice, which we didn't even need the mice at all. I'm going to be selling all of our mice. I just wanted to get that going. So when we have hatchlings, that it is going, and I'm not in like the middle or not producing or having problems. I kind of want to work it out, to get to that point. And then the ASFs, the guy said at the age I got them, they're a little bit more hard to identify. So he gave me, I asked him for like 1 and 3, and he gave me 2 and 6 that might be or might not be. So we have 1 colony, but it's a much bigger one that we're not 100% certain how many are males and females. But
Leviathan, Stephen and Courtney just came in. Welcome. We are so we just picked up a snake from them. We haven't got it. We are. It's on a payment plan. And we cannot wait to get that boy in.
You know how I was talking about on my YouTube research?
There you go. There's Jim right there.
Leviathan was one of the ones that was keeping her awake at night doing my research.
So there's Jim right there. So what I was called Shrek. Now I said if Shrek was white, you could be Shrek.
No, what I said was he's a big guy that goes to the gym. That's what I said, Jim. That's what I said. Let's remember that when I meet
you just saved it by saying you meant human Shrek.
Yeah, the Prince version, right? That's what I saw.
Shrek, because that's fine.
And then I think Randy said Sarah's going to take a frying pan to Adam after the podcast.
She'll do it too.
We're to continue on this wrestling match.
Well, we got our snake on a payment because it's a sunset.
Yeah. So we did. We picked up a visual sunset from them, a male.
That's beautiful.
Our female. Our female could be ready this year. She's right at the line, but it's going to be awesome because we'll get him in and get him up to size, and she'll be massive. So it should be a good breeding season the first time he breeds.
That would be awesome. Those are so gorgeous. I love that orange. I love even like normals that show a little bit of extra orange in the bottom of the alien heads, let alone that much orange. It's just such a gorgeous look.
Yeah. So, God, what we got 43 minutes. You want to run our commercials real quick?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Because
I'm excited.
So we usually go about an hour. We know everybody's busy on Mondays.
Yes, Brittany,
first
it's
day
gonna be
back.
a cast iron skillet. I love Brittany. I haven't seen Brittany in a while.
But we know everybody's got to get up in the morning and go to work and that. So we usually run about an hour. The last couple shows ran the commercials until an hour in.
I know, because you like to chat.
Mrs. Donahue, you're so cute.
Mr. Donahue, you cute as
So,
a bug's butt.
I am going to go ahead and run the commercials real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll be right back.
Okay.
If your beer's empty, you can just say that. You ran out of beer early. It's fine.
Hey, here we go.
I was starving, now I'm eating till my belly full. From up north, we get cold, you need a heavy coat. Scared to end up on a shirt before a centerfold. Devil on my back, target on me, belly too. Play the keys, don't tweet. It's not peace, don't speak. 24, no sleep. This is real, no tweet. My bros for life, can't break this link. Family on my side, baby stay around me. I don't want no combo, I want checks.
So as everybody knows, we have Gray Rider Reptiles, Recoil Reptiles, and Ship Your Reptiles as a YouTube channel sponsor. Gray Rider Reptiles not only breeds their own snakes, but he does shed testing. What are you laughing at?
Because Don said an hour. Right.
Charlie with Gray Rider Reptiles does shed testing. So as on the commercial, it shows you what he tests for. If you use Celtic 10 when you check out, you do get 10% off. Recoil Reptiles, if you're needing a PVC enclosure, they're the best in the business. There's several different things that they do to their enclosures that put them heads and shoulders above everybody else.
Yes, they do.
If you go on their website and order off their website, use Celtic 10, and you also get 10% off there. Now, they are also one of the leading storefronts in thermostats. They have all types of thermostats. So if you need a thermostat, go check them out. If you're creating your own enclosure, they have everything for you to put your enclosure together.
Yeah, they can help you with that.
And then Ship Your Reptiles, the OG of shipping. We've used them from the beginning, and we will use them all the way to the end. They are the #1 leading shipping company in business. They have the best customer service. They have the best relations with FedEx. If you ship something out or you're receiving something, don't call FedEx. Call Ship Your Reptiles, and they will get answers for you. So thank you for all three of our sponsors. Now we also run episode sponsors.
We got a new one tonight.
And we have a new one tonight.
We do.
And down there in my right-hand corner.
Oh God, Wood is in the house.
Is Kurt Wood.
Wood
The
is
Wood.
in the house.
Wood for President 2024. Episode sponsor tonight would be TER with Tatums Exotic Reptiles. And we're going to start something new. So let's see what we got.
We just put this together.
All right. Thank you, Kyle and Ashley. If you guys are looking for ball pythons, check them out. They will be vending the Dallas show. Rob, what's up, man? They'll be vending the Dallas show with us, right next to us. And also, didn't they schedule another show? They scheduled another show.
They have scheduled another show.
And they're to put it in the chat what show they're to be vending.
It'll be their first show, so everybody's gonna have to go and support. I think it is in March. Don't quote me, but they will put it.
No, it's not March.
It's not March.
It's April. It's what's 3? March.
That's March, yeah.
Yeah.
That's March. So they'll put it in the chat.
They'll put it in the chat.
They'll put it in the chat.
So thank you, Kyle and Ashley. If you guys are looking for a ball python, make sure you go check them out.
Yeah.
All right, we are back.
We're back. We're done with our shenanigans.
Let's get back to the chats. Joel's in. Welcome, Joel. Rob came in. Kurt Wood came in. Awesome.
Wood is in the house.
So December 3rd and 4th in Austin.
Oh, it's that soon.
It's that soon.
Oh, why was I thinking it was March?
I don't know. In December, we'll be in Nashville. Later on in December.
We will be in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So possibly 5 clutches this year. For
that's
you.
What we're shooting for. Well, not what we're shooting for, but that's what we're hoping for where we're at.
And a lot of them are clown combos.
Yeah, all the females are het clown, and both of the males are visual clown.
There you go. So now you got to meet Will. So Will Hella Heat is
East Jersey. You colorblind?
he runs podcast garbage. He goes around. No, he doesn't. He's too chicken shit to start his own show.
Stop that.
So Will wants to start a show
People are
called
giving him a hard
Podcast
time.
Garbage,
No,
where he
people are
goes
giving him a
around
hard time.
and I don't want to say critique podcasts, but he wants to. What's the word I'm looking for?
He wants to give
Advice. To upgrade your podcast and that. So every week I always get on Will because he's chicken shit to start his show, and so I always get on him. I love Will. Will knows it, and I'm probably the only person that can talk to him like that.
Will.
And it's because we're behind the camera now. If I was in front of him, I would not be talking this shit.
At least you're aware of that, though. All the internet warriors,
And we got I just saw Kent with Craft Brew come in. Kent, welcome. Okay, so I'm sorry I cut you off. I saw Will come in. I saw him bust you out on your Dolphins jersey.
He came out swinging too.
Yeah, and that's Will for you. I mean, he's
constructive criticism.
Dolphins jersey is making you lose views.
I don't know, spicy chats, more views. So.
This is our family.
This is our family.
This is our family. We crack jokes on each other. We give each other a hard time, and we love it.
Brittany says nothing ever comes to Alabama. We need to do a show in Alabama.
Does Alabama have any shows?
I think they do. We'll look at the thing and see if we can get to Alabama. I need that color on my map.
And we need to bring Arrowhead down. We need to bring Godfathers down. We need to bring Colin Ashley. If Kurtwood can come down from Chicago, we're gonna bring everybody down to Alabama, and I'm gonna wear my LSU shit, and we're just gonna have a good old time.
We are. Jim, are you and Mindy going to St. Louis? Hopefully y'all are bending.
I was gonna dye your beard green. I tell you, I can't even interview because all the shit talking that's going on in this chat.
You should be used to this chat.
I know, but now Randy's telling me I thought you were to dye your beard green. Randy, I told you I dyed it once, and I went out and mowed my lawn, and it dripped all over me.
No,
I'm never dyeing it
he's
again.
gonna wear a kilt at the Dallas show.
I have a stunning sister cousin I can bring to the show, so we're gonna win that one.
Say, look, Bailey, LSU all the way.
LSU all the way.
Go Tigers.
Yep, go Tigers.
All right. Clown clutches this year, clown pairings this year. What would be out of all the pairings, what would be the craziest combo you could come up with?
So I actually kind of hope to get some non-male visual clowns. Non-banana, non-male, because he's a male maker. So I really want to, if I could hit on the one he's paired with right now, she's a Blade super pastel pet clown. So if we hit a pastel, I got to ring through all these now. Pastel, Blade, leopard pinstripe clown. That would be like the coolest thing to me.
That would be,
the banana, but like if you look at him, you can't tell what he has. He just looks like a yellow blob with a little bit of ghosting down his back, So I'm hoping the banana falls out and to hit the other teams.
And then maybe get some lace into it and bring it up just to, yeah.
And then I also have, he's pinstripe, and then the girl that we have to pair now because she's growing, even though she hadn't ate, the one that got mailed to us pregnant on Morph Market, or growing anyway. She's pinstripe, he's got pinstripe, so if we produce a super pin, that'd be awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Now, when he paired, was it a clown pairing, a clown pin, or
it was a super lace het clown? So not. Okay. I didn't really want to have het to het because of the 66% and all that. Like, I'd rather know, if I don't get a clown, I know it's going to be able to produce clowns at least. So I'm hoping that ours can override what he has in there. They say, I don't know if it's you. I've talked to you a ton, and I've talked to a bunch of local people a lot. Somebody said a lot of times the last one you pair is the one that goes. So I'm really hoping that's the case, because I'd rather have the genes that I was planning on as opposed to, a lace clown. That's a possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Joel asked, has anybody ever made a highway dreamsicle? I don't think I've seen one. If anything would come close, it would be Billy with the freeway project, because I know he likes doing the freeways, and I know he likes doing the Lavender stuff. So I don't know about a highway dreamsicle. It'd be interesting to see. I saw Phil come in, white lace. Phil loves the lace.
Yeah.
Well, we might have some laces if the wrong batch of DNA goes. We're gonna have some laces that are hopefully clown coming out. But I hope that ours at least split. If they split and we had like a lace clown and something that Bozo can produce with his 4 genes as clown, I'd be ecstatic. But I was just soured on the fact. All right, I'll just tell the story here. I'll bring it down a little bit. The guy on Morph Market didn't list anywhere in his ad that she'd been paired. And then she didn't eat for us for 2 months. So I was messaging him, and the first round of messages, it was just like talking about substrate, hides, all that kind of stuff. Second go around, he's like, well, just so you know, I paired her and I had 2 locks recorded each of the last 2 months. And this is 2 months after I've had her. So I was just pretty upset to find out. The way I found out, she got to me at 1,362 grams. And then when I weighed her, because I thought she had some mouth rot, I gave her a betadine bath and weighed her at that point in time to see if she'd lost weight. She hadn't ate yet still, and she was up to 1,409 grams. So I was like, well, there's only one way that's happening, So here we are, she's probably going to be our first to go, and I didn't want her to go until next week.
And that will be a surprise clutch. I mean, that will be, Angie always talks about, every time she cuts eggs, it's like Christmas. That will be a full on Christmas, because you have no idea.
No clue.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So Sarah, do you get to pick pairings? Or does Adam say this is what we're pairing and deal with it?
So whenever y'all are talking about het, clown, I don't know what any of it means. And like he'll say that this is this snake, can't you tell? And I'm like, no, it looks like a snake. They're different colors, but I can't tell. Like I don't know. So he can do that.
She doesn't want the education either. We've been through, what het means now.
Right. But
recessive.
But you're supporting.
Yeah.
And that
I know means... this is one of those things where I just trust him enough, because I know that he puts 150% effort into the learning and research and all of that, to where I can put in 0 and it works great.
And you just get to do all the fun stuff, like loving them while I'm doing all of the cleaning.
Right. Same way here.
Naming them, holding them.
Yeah, I haven't got to name my own yet, so someday I'll get to name one. I named the one that I got for free with the Super Mojave Tua. And she does printout stickers for all of them. Its name went up as Wheels a couple of days ago. So that's how much say I have on names.
He looks like the highway, like he has like yellow stripes, so his name's Wheels. Way better.
Yeah. Now I see behind you, is that bioactive, or is that just a...
It's just regular. Yeah, I use Reptichip and everything.
Okay.
So. And the green, it looks really good. It's super fake.
So you run enclosures like that. Plus, you also have a smaller rack system, don't you?
So the only ones that are in racks are the breeders. I'm kind of like not a super rack fan, but I'm also not like the people that attack you and act like you're a terrible person for having racks.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously feed better in them. You know, I think they're obviously more comfortable in them. But yeah, we have all of our pets and even breeders, like the breeder males. This is actually Bozo's enclosure. Okay. So really it's just the females, and then any snakes that we get, we do rescue as well. So any of the snakes that we get in rescue, we do in those so that we can, you know, kind of keep them away from everything else for the first little bit while we have the first month or two.
Right. Okay. So because as you get bigger, do you have enough room for enclosures like that all around the house?
We do. We actually made our basement area that has our all of our current racks in them. We made a big pinball area. She mentioned pinball earlier. I was in that and did that here in Wichita for a while. So we actually, when we designed this house, we had a big pinball area. So we have more than enough room but we'd also talked about doing like 4x2s that would be stacked. So like a rack system, but big.
Yeah.
And then my son's room, we have 5 bedrooms. We've already talked about turning his old bedroom. We just moved downstairs. We're going to turn his old bedroom into like a full-on snake room too. So we've got a lot of room for growth.
Cool. Nephew, Creative Reptiles stopped in. He'll actually be out in November. He's coming out to November to see us.
He's coming out in November, yes.
To St. Louis.
And then he's coming out for the Crawfish Bowl.
Right. And possibly the December show in Nashville.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, just like TikTok, you know, you got the family everywhere, you know, and these are majority of the people that we meet up with at the shows.
Right.
You know,
we have family reunions wherever we go.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I've noticed TikTok is a lot of hobbyists, and there's nothing wrong with hobbyists.
No, not at all.
But I noticed that the TikTok community is mostly the hobbyists.
There's a lot of toxic people too. That's why I said that about the racks. Like they act like you're a snake killer. Like I'm taking in snakes whose lives I'm saving, and I'll get trolls on my post talking about you're taking them from one terrible situation and putting them in another. No, I'm taking them from a situation where they were literally going to die. They weren't eating. They're dehydrated, and I'm bringing them back to health. And then once they're back to health, I'm putting them in a terrarium that you think is acceptable.
Right.
That they may not like and may wind up right back in a rack because they won't eat in it. You know? Like,
right.
Who did we just move?
Oh yeah, one of our Betty. We moved one of our babies into a rack system because she would never come out. Never.
Really? Mm-hmm. She just thrives.
Not even at night, you would never see her ever.
Wow.
So I mean, she's gonna be way better off in it. Like I wouldn't even be able to get her out to eat without just her being super tense. When she's shedding, she's very defensive and scared. Like she's trying to tell that story. That's a good one.
Where were you?
I was at Metallica in Dallas.
God. And so we had just got Betty, and she was up. At this point, we had her little terrarium up in the kitchen because we didn't have where we were going to put it yet. And he said, "Can you go in and, you know, spray some water and get her humidity back up?" And I was like, "Okay, sure." Thinking, you know, I'll just get her out, spray some water, move her substrate around, make sure there wasn't any pee or poop or anything in there, get it all cleaned up. And I open up the terrarium and I lift her hide, and she snaps at me. Her eyes are blue. She gets scared. She's terrified. I'm scared. Then I got sad because I was like, "Oh my God, I'm terrorizing her. She's never going to get over this. I can't." I had to have my son, because I was like in tears. I'm like, I'm scaring her so much. I had to have my son reach in and grab her so that I could get it all set up. I put her hides back in there, and I like put her back in. I was like, I'm so sorry. She had a rough time, and he wasn't here. And so I was just like, how do I get her out? She's just blindly snapping at me.
She still does. Like, she's the only one that after we've had her for what, 3 months probably? Mm-hmm. She's the only one that's still after that time. And as much as we handle them and, you know, obviously we will normally move them into another, I'm stopping now, but we would put them in a separate container to not worry about getting substrate and stuff in their mouth for feeding. All of them always ate great. But she's the only one that's still after all that time when she goes into blue. This week, she's doing it right now. I made a TikTok about it. She snaps at you and is just scared. She's like, she's gonna thrive. And a rat, that's just the way it is. You know, there's snakes that will, and there's snakes. This guy, he'll be all over his entire terrarium. I would never put him in a rack other than where he's at right now, where he's enjoying his time in the rack with Big Mama.
Yeah. I feel like snakes are like any other pet where like they have personalities, and like some of them are going to be like that where they're like, I'm in my hide, I'm in a dark hole, don't touch me, don't look at me. And then there's going to be ones that are like, yeah, I'm going to climb all over this tree, you can look at me if you want. And so if they don't want to be out,
the one we got with Betty is James, Taylor Swift reference. Everywhere, always out of his tram. During the day, the only ball python that I have during the day will be out and about. The only one. So they're just totally different. And I would never put him in a rack, you know. But it's just one of those deals that some of them need it and some of them don't.
Yep. And we have some the same way. Yeah. You know, that they would rather just be left alone.
Yeah.
And then we have some that, you know, you open up their tub and they're coming out. They want to be held. They
want to be out.
You know, they want to roam. They want to
explore. They want to be out. They want to be loved. They want to be.
Yeah.
Well, and especially buying adults, I've realized, like our adults, you can tell the ones that have been breeders, they don't want to be in a terrarium. Like I'm out of V70 size space right now, but once the breeding season's over, Big Mama thrived in her terrarium, so we'll put her back in there. And then actually our male, because we don't have any of our males, they're all females in the racks right now. But Pennywise, the spot nose clown, never out, ever. So you can just tell, and he's snappy too. Like he actually, I'd never before him had a snake. I fed him live because he'd been eating live. He struck and wrapped the rat. And then because I had to move some stuff out of the way, some vine and stuff, tree out of the way to be able to get it to him. I was putting stuff back. He had the rat wrapped up and struck at me again. So I was like, what? What's that?
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't want to be seen, you know?
Yeah.
And you can tell when they don't want
it. Feed them and leave them alone. That's what you want.
Yeah. I literally was just trying to move a little vine back, move a tree, because we have a tree that he climbs on or would climb on. In theory, if he did climb like this, then I was just trying to situate it back because if not, it could fall over and I don't want it to fall on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did all of that and he struck at me and I just couldn't believe it with the rat wrapped up. I was like, wish I was somehow recording that because I've never seen that before.
Yeah. That's awesome. You've been talking all night. Is there anything else you need to say? And my sidekick. We want to thank you guys for coming on. I know
thank
it was
you for the invite. Like I said, you guys, I said this to you in the TikTok chat and just on the TikTok I made. You guys are couples goals. Like you're where we want to be 15 years from now. So thank you for the invite. We really appreciate it. We look up to you guys.
We always work. We're always working together. We work in the rat room together. We work in the snake room together. I mean, it's a team. It's a team effort.
But you know, and we haven't been doing it too terribly long. But we remember, and I hope we never forget, of the first couple years and some of the trials and tribulations that you go through and getting in with different communities and trying to find your right niche.
Niche. I think you can pronounce it any of those
Your
ways.
niche.
Yeah, and on YouTube, YouTube is so hard. The subscriber count goes so slow.
Yeah.
And the algorithm, I mean, we got on TikTok, and I think 3 months on TikTok. I mean, we were over 1,000 followers. You know, we were able to do the lives. We're still learning. We're still learning TikTok. But we remember starting out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we remember the people that brought us in for the first time and said, "Hey, do you want to go on live?" And we were like, what?
No, not really. I guess so.
And if we can help anybody out just getting into the business, or who's been in the business at any point, if we can help anybody out,
grow their platform, or just wants to talk.
Yeah, you know, we are here. You know, you and I, we've chatted, you know, just up to midnight, 1 a.m. before, you know, just sending stuff back and forth to each other. And it might take me some time. And I know Kyle's to be in the background. He's to be shaking his head because I am the worst. If you text me, it could take hours for me to get back to you.
Right.
I'm bad at it, but I will. I'll message back, you know, and we say this every week. If we don't have an answer, we'll get you an answer.
If it's Instagram, I try to get back right away because I'm the Instagram person.
Right. You run the Instagram.
I'm the Instagram person. I'm always on.
You know, but yeah,
I'm at work usually. I'll get back to you.
but if you guys ever need anything, and I've already told you guys this, if you guys ever need anything, reach out to us.
Yeah, we're here.
And I know you need it. Like you said about the betadine bath, you know, you were one of the 3 people I messaged about her just to see what you thought, you know. So I know you mean that, and I do appreciate you guys for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, and I'm up front. I'm not to bullshit you. I'm not to beat around the bush. You know, you know, if you ask me something and this goes, I mean, Will is firsthand experience. If Will says something fucking stupid, I'm done fucking. And I love you, Will. And remember, I'm behind the camera right now, so you can't touch me.
See there, Dundee says, I answer. I try to answer right away.
Yep, you do. You're on IG.
I try.
You're doing your computer work all day, and your phone sits right up here, and you see messages pop up.
I see messages pop, and I try to get back to everybody. Yeah. But that's just how we are. We try to be as available as we possibly can. If you need to DM us, go right ahead because we'll get back to you.
Yeah. And that goes for everybody. You can message any of these people right here.
Yeah.
Right.
In the chat. And any of them would get back to you.
Yeah, they would.
Don, Will, you know, I don't know if Will will get back to you.
Yes, he would.
Nephew with Creative Reptiles.
All of them would.
Phil is so knowledgeable. Phil is probably one of the most knowledgeable, not just snakes, but reptiles. If you have any questions, reach out to Phil too.
Kike's always on everybody's stuff. He knows. Yep. I mean, Kike supports everybody.
Yeah.
That's Bosa.
Yeah.
They're just the phenomenal bunch of people we call family.
Yeah. And Ashley and Kyle.
Kyle, they are like a brother and sister to us.
And I didn't see Eric and Courtney on earlier with Tatums Reptiles. Another one. I mean, just
family
will pull their shirt off their back for you if you need it. So the community we're in is an amazing community, and I couldn't ask for a better community. And we welcome you into the YouTube side of this community.
Yeah.
And
I need to get that up and going because I had a YouTube too before I had a Twitch. So I have a YouTube channel that has like 1,100 followers or subscribers on it. It's just, and actually, thank you, Don. I just see that he said he followed on IG. Just started that this weekend. I asked her if she wanted to be in charge of that. So I just stripped everything that was on it down and put up our first video, that Reptile video. So just started there. I need to do the same thing with YouTube. YouTube's just going to take more work because I get a lot of streaming on there.
And Upstate just popped in. Ton of knowledgeable people.
Yeah.
And anybody in here will help you out. Anybody. Yeah. You were talking about earlier where you had the YouTube at the very beginning of the show. Someone was talking. Oh, thank you, nephew, you're always supporting the family. We appreciate it.
We love you, nephew. You didn't have to do that, but
thank
you so much.
We thank you so much. Someone said something about starting a new YouTube channel. Disregard the channel that you have, and if you wanted to start a new one, start it because something he said something about the algorithm.
Something about the algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah, something about it would not help the algorithm, so you would need to start a new one to get you going.
And I can't remember who it was earlier mentioned it when you had mentioned your.
Well, that's a lot easier too, because I'll tell you what, stripping that Instagram down was a nightmare. So that makes me feel a little better about just starting one as opposed to.
Yeah, they said just start a brand new one. And you have right now we only have 12 people in here. You know, we usually run 30, 35 people in here. That's 35 subscribers right there. I mean, off the bat.
I think Billy was going.
Yeah, Billy always
going hard.
He always runs his we try to piggyback off him. His last half hour or so, we kind of start up our show.
Billy was going hard, I guess. I don't know.
He was ranting tonight, so I'm sure a lot of people were in there listening to his rant. So. No, Brittany, you have knowledge too, and
Brittany,
I mean,
honey, we love you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, anybody here is supporting. Any last parting comments?
Got anything? No. I just appreciate you guys. You know, like I said, everything you've said, I know is sincere because you've showed it to me. You know, actions speak louder than words, and you've been there to support me anytime I've ever asked anything. So we appreciate it, and like I said, appreciate you putting us on here and meeting new family.
Absolutely, wow. and welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. And I'm 5'9", Sarah's 5'9". You're gonna take the 6-footer. I'm not taking the 6-footer.
Hey, no low blows. No low blows.
I will come off that top rope.
There was no eye candy, so Don left before he started his rant. So here we go. Brittany says she does not have any yet. So
you know what? But Brittany knows because Brittany's in these chats. She's in these lives. She's learning. She might not have a snake, but when she gets a snake, she's gonna be ready for it.
We're gonna make it down there, and she's gonna come to one of the shows.
Yeah. And Randy said, "Go Chiefs."
Yeah, the Dolphins whooped the Broncos so bad they turned Randy into a Chiefs fan. It's crazy.
Hey, you know that everybody said you guys are getting rid of Tyreek Hill, and you guys are to fail. Well, they won a Super Bowl without him.
They did.
Now,
it still would be better with him. He's the best offensive weapon.
No, you guys are looking good this year. The Dolphins are looking super good this year. You guys are putting up. What do you guys put up? 70-something points against someone?
Yeah, the Broncos.
You always go to say goodnight, and then you come up with something else to talk about.
I know.
All right, let's switch this up. We're going to a football podcast now.
Now, Randy says the Chiefs are better than LSU. Randy, we're fighting next time you come over.
Randy.
Yeah, I will bite
Randy. Randy.
LSU all the way.
LSU all the way. We're not fighting tonight, Randy.
Yeah, Cowboys 10-7 right now. Yeah.
All right.
All right. What podcasts do you have again, or what platforms do you have?
We have now Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I need to get
And
the
Twitch. They game on Twitch.
Now, everybody we mentioned tonight, Gray Rider Reptiles, Roll Reptiles, Ship Your Reptiles, TER, Arrowhead, all their information is down in the description. Go down there, support everybody. Support everybody that was in the chat tonight. We appreciate everybody coming out tonight. We love the support week in and week out you guys give us. And I say this every week. Without you guys, we wouldn't continue on. We would continue the snake side, but the social media side, you guys are what keeps it going.
Dundee.
Just me, just popped in.
Just me. Hey, sis.
Now,
Love you, girl. Dundee, you know that's Killian.
The beautiful thing about working from home is now tomorrow I can just make the YouTube channel and go follow all of these people.
Yeah. My shit's copyrighted though. Don't touch my shit.
Look that.
I don't care if you're 6'3", 6'4". I'm
Coming to your front door, baby.
So I think Will's like 6'8". That's why I can talk shit behind the camera. All right. We love every single one of
My
you.
love, I will see you tomorrow on CLL.
Okay. We're going to put you backstage again. Again, thank you. Adam and Sarah, Arrowhead Family Morphs and Rescues. And Rescues.
And rescues.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure getting to know you a little more, introducing you to our community.
Our family.
Our family.
Our family. And don't forget, we'll be letting you know when that crawfish boil is in May.
Yes, yes.
If it's towards the end, that's her birthday. Her birthday is the 29th. So.
Oh, there you go.
So now you think we're to fucking throw you a crawfish bowl for your birthday?
Yeah, part, yeah. And I told you we got to leave with a snake, so hopefully we have some clutches by then.
I see how this family shit's going.
I don't know if that sunset's not in. We might get kicked out of the family when we sneak out with that.
All right. We're going to put you backstage real quick. We're going to say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye to everybody.
And then we'll meet you backstage.
All right. All right. We love you guys.
Let me get rid of this.
What is going on?
We get a pop-up
every now and again. We didn't have it most of the night.
There
we go.
Okay.
My tequila's doing some funky things.
Well, it's because it's green. It's like it's got lights on it.
It's glittery.
Yeah. I think that's one of your outfits that you wear at work.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, we ain't going there. We live right now.
Okay. Okay.
We love everybody. Again, the support you guys give us each and every week.
I don't know what we would do without you guys being here, supporting us every week, and letting us do the things that we love to do.
Through our ups and downs.
Yep. You guys are the absolute best.
Yeah. You guys are here.
We'll be right here doing what we love, loving what we do. You keep chasing your dream.
Good night, y'all. Love you guys.